Yeah, please.
Yeah, I can see. I think there was this one.
So the final thing, I think is just yes. So you can elaborate.
Yeah, Nkumba.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I understand we are having a working breakfast, but let us keep our attention to the next presenter as we enjoy our breakfast. At the moment, let us have a paper presented by Madame Cavendish Christine and Nkumba Edina on global supply chain management opportunities and challenges in the sub-Saharan Africa, a literature review analysis. Put your hands together to welcome Madame Cavendish Christine.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, team.
It's quite tricky to present when people are eating, but I beg for your attention. I'm Cavendish Christine, a lecturer from Faculty of Business and Management, Cavendish University. I'm a certified procurer, and I'm presenting a paper that we prepared with my colleague, Edina Nkumba, titled Global Supply Chain Management Challenges and Opportunities in Sub-Saharan Africa, a literature review analysis. Okay, as the project, I'll give key facts about Sub-Saharan Africa, because that is our context in global supply chain management. The facts will basically help us to appreciate the challenges in global supply chain management and the opportunities that are available for organizations or companies in that context. One, when you look at Sub-Saharan Africa, it is one of the world's most fastest growing population. That is fact number one. Two, being the largest and the fastest growing population, it is the poorest in the world. Also, we find it is comprised mostly of least developed countries. There are so many conflicts in this Sub-Saharan Africa. We have porous borders, like people smuggle, the infrastructures are poor. We have institution and corruption is so rampant in the context that we looked at. Next. So when you look at global supply chain management, remember you're looking at the challenges for global supply chain management and opportunities available for companies in the Sub-Saharan Africa. And we have a background of what Sub-Saharan Africa is like. So when we go to global supply chain, I believe most of us, when you look at the products you have, they're not made here. If you look at the products you have. But as consumers, we are so much concerned about the products, the price. We give little attention to where these products have passed, how it has been transported, how it has been packaged, how it has been cleared, and the like. And yet, these factors play a crucial role when it comes to the final product that we basically consume. So which makes global supply chain management a key aspect in every business, for every consumer, for every organization. So we need to understand. So because the world is like a system, it's interconnected, you find that one problem in a given country can have a great impact on you as a consumer in Uganda. So you need to understand the dynamics in the system. Any failure in one component, the entire system is down. When you look at our theme, for today's symposium, you find that we're looking at the post-COVID-19. COVID started from China, but we are all affected. That shows how interconnected we are as a world. When we carried out a literature review analysis, yeah, you can go to the next. We looked at a literature review analysis, we looked at the various authors, what they have written, we looked at industry publications, what is currently happening. If you heard about the Nkumba International Airport, which was supposed to be commissioned this year, it has been extended. What does it mean? There are certain challenges that arise. And from information, the lead engineer for that was caught up with COVID-19 in China, meaning work couldn't take place. So it resulted in 2 delays. We find costs have increased because the moment you extend a contract, that implies that the cost for that contract will automatically increase. So among the key challenges that we looked at, we cited infrastructural challenge as the most common challenge faced by organizations in Sub-Saharan Africa. Remember, Sub-Saharan Africa is the poorest in the world, a lot of conflicts, and it has the fastest growing population. So because of that high population, we find we have insufficient infrastructure. Look at the time it takes for a company to clear its products at the borders. Like if you go to the Mombasa border, go to Nigeria, there's a lot of backlog, there's a lot of delays on those borders. Why? Because sometimes the infrastructures are not enough, and yet the imports are so many, or the number of people who consume internationally produced products are quite many. Also, we have technology. When you look at the post-COVID-19 pandemic, you realize that most of us struggled to cope up with technology in whatever we are doing, working, buying, and everything. So it is still a challenge, partly because we don't have the facilities. Sometimes the network is very bad, like the coverage is not so good, which makes it hard, like to oversee, to integrate the various systems, the various parties that are involved in the production, the delivery, or the transportation of the different goods that we consume. Also, we have financial constraints. You realize that most Sub-Saharan Africans are small and medium enterprise which struggle with funds. Many people have been laid off. Companies, in fact, because of the exchange rates, they can't afford the costs of the goods that have been imported, and they end up compromising on the quality. Delays are incurred, and sometimes we find that the items themselves, they say to cut, reduce on the quantities, which all impact on the performance of enterprises. Then we also have natural disasters, like the COVID-19. These are things we don't plan for. And when you look at our challenges, you realize that most of them are external. We have little control over them. We just have to adjust ourselves to ensure that we fit in the environment and take advantage of the opportunities. So what can organizations do amidst all these challenges? Because despite these challenges, global procurement has taken place. We need to consume. We need to do business as we've been doing it, regardless of what happens in the rest of the world. So the way forward for organizations, one, is companies should open their ears to whatever is happening in the external environment. There are so many dynamics, there are so many things that are happening. So if as a company, you close your ear, you miss out on a lot of opportunities. For example, you find that there are embassies, there are organizations that are willing to offer funds or support to companies. Like some colleague was talking about writing proposals so that we can get grants. But if you're not knowledgeable, you will miss out on this opportunity. So the first way forward is companies must engage in extensive research to identify opportunities that can help them address the issues that we have looked at, like financial constraints and the like. Also, adapting of technology. Like we can appreciate Kenya innovation. It is something that is coming up. So imagine if organizations invest more in such innovations, there will be great visibility within the supply chain, and it will be easy to integrate the various parties, which will help organizations monitor the progress of the items, know what is happening, and plan in advance. Thirdly, we recommend partnerships, especially private-public partnerships or collaborations. We find that alone, you may not actually do much. But when you work as a team, when you identify those who have the resources, like government and the like, it becomes easy to minimize on your costs, do quality work, and do the required services, or maybe get the items you need on time. So public-private partnerships are a great recommendation. Each company should look forward to identify what government can basically do, what they have, and how best those resources can be used. The second last is professional ethics. Remember, among the key facts of sub-Saharan African countries was corruption. And if you know very well, tomorrow we have an anti-corruption celebration, like they are trying to fight corruption and the like. And one of the key speakers was like, it starts with us as citizens. Because when you go to those clearing firms, they'll ask for something small, kidogo. If you don't pay the delays, like your goods are not cleared on time, which impact on the final consumer. So professional ethics starts with us as organizations. Do integrity checks for the kind of people that you employ. If that person is exposed, let's say like money or something, can they resist the temptation so that work can move on smoothly? So professional ethics was among our way forward for every company, because that is the only way we can change the world. Thank you so much.
Discuss that online. Let us give him just a few minutes as organizing to get online.
Good afternoon, members. Maybe as we get the presenter online, we will still be able to use this time for some few questions, and we can have the person who is taking note to have them somewhere. So once we have the discussion, then we shall be able to allow those questions to be read. But I also want to interest the person we had requested to take note. There are some questions that are coming in the chat. We need to make sure that our online audience feels represented. Okay? Alan, do you know who the person who is taking those notes for? We have some comments online. We have some question, I think.
expert and the politicians. Those are the technicals and the politicians. Now, if you say the program cannot be politicized, how can you eliminate politicians? Yet they are going to monitor the project at full capacity, rather the program at full capacity. Right from its formulation, it was formulated by politicians. When you look at the ministry, still you find a commissioner and a minister. The minister is a politician. Okay, so how best can politicians be eliminated from the parish development model? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It appears what he's saying is that you want to go to Catholics and you are trying to criticize the Pope, or you are saying Pope cannot be part. Okay, I hope, Christine, you have understood that very well. We hope you have the answer. Any other question? Okay. Yes, Rachel.
Thank you so much. This simple question goes to Madam Beatrice and Dr. Sadat. Upskilling and reskilling. I know very much that this concept requires commitment, it requires to be sustained, and above all, it requires involvement of senior management. But it is a cancer to senior management to buy the concept in most companies and organizations. So what do you think can be done to ensure that at least management buys in the concept? Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. My question goes to Madam Beatrice. When you're talking about skilling and reskilling and upskilling, you talked about virtual collaborations, adaptability and resilience, creativity and innovations, critical thinking, then customer relationship management. When I see in the agenda, we are looking at small and medium enterprises. So if you're looking at medium enterprises, maybe there are things they can put forward, they can incorporate. I want you to give us the aspect of small enterprises. What basically can they work with? What tools, what gadgets can they incorporate to be in position to work in this era, especially when we are looking at a volatile system going on?
Okay, we shall have one more question, then we have responses from Mr. Mwezi, and then we have our online discussant. I think you'll have rectify whatever that is problematic. Where we have an extreme situation, then we shall just allow him to use his volume. But just come and quickly make your question.
Thank you, Nsi. Mine are for CPA, Kwesi. They are not questions as per se, but comments. One, when we talked about the challenges, when you discussed the challenges that do come with the parish development model, I thought it's very important to mention the fact that the interventions that government is bringing to the front do seem to be not well thought about. do seem not to be well thought about. Sounds are quite something that raises eyebrows, especially since these programs are being rolled out at the national level. But to me, they seem like they are not well thought about, and they are targeting maybe the wrong people. At one point in time, one professor was discussing, and he told us that at a certain point in time, the Danes asked him to make a research about poor people in Uganda so that they could be given Frisian cows. So he made the research, and then when he took his report, he told the Danes that the poor people in Uganda are teachers. The Danes sent him packing. The idea they had of who a poor person is different of who a poor person is in Uganda. In Denmark, a teacher is a well-paid public servant. So he gave them an indication that the poor person in Uganda that you want me to bring to you, maybe the person who is on the street and so on, cannot rather take care of the Frisian cow. Maybe even the teacher is going to struggle to take care of a Frisian cow. They will just say the Frisian cow. Then secondly, the other thing that I looked at is there is a lack of precedence on people that have been brought to book having eaten money like the yoga money and the likes. So people have that kind of feeling that when government brings the money, it is for us to eat. And that has been continuing through the various programs that the government has been bringing to the front. They bring the money, the people eat. No precedence of people who are being brought to book that you ate this money, so you're going to be behind bars. So some of the interventions that I thought would be wise in this program of the PDM is maybe it might not work, maybe. But if we are bringing something of a similar kind tomorrow, why can't we look at multi-stage development? The indication of not having anything like we have a yoga stage 1, a yoga stage 2, a yoga stage 3 is proof that things have been failing. So if we could have parish development model stage 1 and we look at the things we are going to do at that particular stage. Then stage 2, what are we going to improve? Stage 3, that would be an indication of something that is succeeding. But have no yoga stage 1. Are we looking at overhauling the entire problem we have at once? That leaves a lot of questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin Sule. Online we have a colleague, Mr. Kenya Peter from Nkumba University. He is the former head of department for logistics and supply chain management. You're welcome, Peter. Can you hear us? Hello, Peter. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Please go on and discuss global supply chain management opportunities and challenges in the sub-Saharan Africa and literature review. Hello, Peter.
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Hello.
Peter, please go on. We are hearing you now.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, on this forum.
Global supply chain management opportunities and challenges in the sub-Saharan Africa and literature review.
Okay, thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank the presenter who has given the presentation on global supply chain management opportunities and challenges. She evaluation of many issues related to challenges in Sub-Saharan Africa. Cardinal issues that I want to focus on in this discussion is where she has emphasized the point of supply chain ethics. Ethics is really a big challenge in Sub-Saharan Africa across the board. Public and private sectorials will have a failure in their supply chain objectives if the issue of ethics is not addressed. It's a major challenge, especially in defending